Hi, engineers. Want to land on your dream job? Today we're going to solve two-sum coding problem. So here's the problem. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. Let's rephrase it in plain English. You're given a list of numbers and a target. You need to find two different numbers in that list that add up exactly to the target and return their indices. That's it, nothing too scary. Let's warm up with examples. If the numbers are 2, 7, 11, 15, and the target is 9, the answer is 0 and 1. Because 2 plus 7 equals 9. If we have 3, 2, 4 with a target of 6, then it's 1 and 2. Because 2 plus 4 equals 6. And if the numbers are 3 and 3 with a target of 6, then both 3's work. So it would be 0 and 1. Simple. How do we solve it the basic way? By brute force. We try every possible pair of numbers with two loops and check if they add up to the target. It's slow, O of n squared, but it always works. Here's the code. Let's start by creating a function called toSum. This function takes two inputs, an array of numbers and a target number we want to reach. Inside the function, we use two loops. The first loop goes through each element of the array one by one. The second loop starts just after the first element and checks every possible pair with the current number. For each pair, we add the two numbers together. If their sum is exactly equal to the target, we return their indices as the answer. That's it. This is the brute force version of toSum. It tries every possible pair of numbers until it finds the right one. Simple, clear, but not the fastest. All right, let's test our solution. First, inside the code, we will write a console log with our input. For example, console.log toSum, and the numbers 2, 7, 11, 15, and the target 9. Let's write some more inputs. Console log toSum, and the numbers 3, 2, 4, with target 6. Console log toSum, and the numbers 3, 3, with target 6. Now let's run the file. Open your terminal, type node followed by the file name .js, and hit enter. The output should be 0 and 1 for first console log. We should see 1 and 2 for second, and 0 and 1 for third. Perfect. Our function works on all the sample inputs. But in an interview, we want to be smarter. Instead of checking every pair, we can use a hash map. The idea is simple. As we scan through the list, for each number, we ask, what number do I need to reach the target? If I've already seen that number in my map, I return both indices. If not, I store the current number in the map for future checks. That makes the solution O of n much faster. Now let's look at a faster way to solve toSum using a hash map. We start by creating a function called toSum, which again takes the array of numbers and the target value. Inside the function, we declare an empty object called map. This object will help us remember numbers we've already seen, along with their indices. Next, we loop through the array. For each number, we calculate the complement. That is the number we would need to reach the target when added to the current value. We then check if that complement is already inside our map. If it is, we've found the answer. We return the index stored in the map together with the current index. If the complement is not in the map, we store the current number and its index in the map, so it can be used later. This way, instead of checking every possible pair like before, we solve the problem in just one pass through the array. That makes it run in linear time, which is much faster than the brute force solution. Good. All right, let's test our solution. Since we have already all console log written, now run the file again. In your terminal, type node followed by the file name .js, and hit enter, or just click arrow up and click enter. Perfect. Our function works on all the sample inputs. So that's toSum, one of the most classic interview problems you can expect.